Shalom Alechem Uvrachim Boachem Lelechhe Sefas Ivrim. Peace be upon you and blessings your coming to the lessons of the Hebrew language. Baruchim Boachem Lechelech Beis. Welcome to portion 2, or the second half, or second portion of our adjective video that we've done. Within this video, we'll be doing exercises, so we'll reinforce what you've learned within this video. So let's get started. אז על ימיננו הדבר לנו תרגילים. So on our right, we have the word targilim, and targilim means exercises, okay? In modern Hebrew, okay? So, targilim, exercises. Shemoth Athem. We know that Shemoth means names, just like the book, Sefer Shemoth. So, Shemoth Athem, names of self. Athem in Hebrew, self. It means bone as well, but self, okay? So we have two words here, Avraham Melech. And this is Bat Tichon, in the middle, okay? Shemoth Toar, again, names of Toar. Toar in Hebrew means appearance. It's one word for appearance, okay? So that equates to adjectives. Shemoth Esem equates to nouns. We have two words here under this list here, Adir and Tov. Adir and Tov. I will put on the Nikodot later, but right now I want you to try listening and hearing and see if you know what the vowels would be if they were written. So Adir, Adir. Next, Tov. Okay, Avraham Melech. You guys know. So let's start our first sentence. Our first word under Shemoth Toar is Adir. Adir is powerful, mighty, or majestic. Now you could narrow it down to powerful or mighty. Tov in Hebrew, good. Now remember, this is plural, Shemoth Toar and Shemoth Esem. If you want to make it singular, you put Shem as name, and so it's Shem Esem, Shem Toar. Okay? Avraham is good. First, you see Shem Toar, right? You see the adjective. So Shem HaToar, you see that first. Then you see Shem HaEsem. You see the adjective first, then you see the noun second. That is how it is in classical Hebrew mostly. Okay, this. Avraham Tov, you'll see that as well. They're both interchangeable, but you'll see this mostly. The adjective Shem HaToar comes first, then Shem HaEsem comes second. Okay? Tov Avraham. Tov Avraham. Or you can say Avraham Tov. Okay? This is only used in modern Hebrew. Both of these are used in classical Hebrew. Okay? Next. Avraham, he is good. Avraham Tovhu. Hu, we have a new color here. This is a greenish color. This color here will indicate pronoun. And this pronoun is he. In Hebrew, it is hu. Okay? Pronoun in Hebrew is kinui guf. Okay? Kinui means like a nickname. And guf is body. Okay? Avraham tovhu. Avraham, good is he. Avraham hu tov. Avraham, he is good. Now I know you might be saying, well, okay, so I think in English, so these two will be used more. No. Modern Hebrew, that is fine. Okay? Again, that is because the thought process is much like English. However, classical Hebrew, this is mostly used. You'll see this. You will see this on a longer sentence. Avraham hu tov. Avraham tovhu, mostly used. Avraham, good is he. Versus Avraham hu tov, Avraham, he is good. It's the same, it's primarily the same thing, okay? Essentially the same thing. Next, good Avraham. Or you can say the good Avraham, okay? Avraham hat tov. Now I have it in red, okay, or a reddish color, because this will indicate the definite article, the. Avraham hat tov. And we know that the definite article in Hebrew, it is he hayadi'ah, okay? That's how you say it, he hayadi'ah. All of these, as I said, are modern Hebrew. There's no such thing as this really in classical, at least not to my knowledge. So these are just to indicate what they are. Avraham hat tov. You don't really need to know it, okay? Avraham hat tov. Good Avraham. Avraham hat tov. Now you cannot say Avraham tov. Why? What does it look like? Does it not look like this? Does it not look like this? It's pretty much the same thing. So, no. The only way you can say that is by making the adjective definite. That is the only way you can say good noun. If I wanted to say good Sarah, I'd say Sarah hat tova. Okay? That's when you make it feminine. Rivka hayafa. Beautiful Rivka. Okay? Same thing. Avraham hat tov. Good Avraham. This is why I put in parentheses the good Avraham, so you can distinguish. Okay? Make it a bit easier for you. Avraham hat tov. Next. What if we do not have a proper noun? Now, Avraham is a proper noun. It's a name of a person. A common noun would be here like king, okay? Now, if I say King David, that's different. But this is just a king. There's no such thing as an indefinite article in Hebrew. You guys should know that by now. It's just definite, which is the. So Hamelech is the king. A king is just Melech. Okay? Melech. So a powerful king. Melech Adir. Melech Adir. This a powerful king or just powerful king. Now notice how I have the structure of this, how this is. So the Shem HaEsem, the noun, comes first, and then Shem HaToar comes second. Shem HaEsem, which is the noun, and then you have Shem HaToar comes second. So noun first, adjective second. When you are describing what type, when it is descriptive, when you are describing what type of noun it is, it must, the adjective must follow the noun. Must. Okay? So Melech is the noun. Adir is the adjective. So it must. You're describing what type of king it is. If it was a lazy king, I will say Melech Nirpeh or Melech Asel. Okay? This is a powerful king. So I will say Melech Adir. Okay? What if I want to say a king is powerful? Well, there are two ways of doing that. This is why I said in the last video that it can be very ambiguous. So Adir Melech or Melech Adir. So this construction, how this is made up, you have Shem Toar first. Shem Toar is first. The adjective is first. Then you have Shem HaEsem second. Okay? So the adjective is first, then you have the noun. Or you can have the noun first and then you have the adjective second. This one is used mostly. This one is not. Okay? They're interchangeable, but this one is used more than, okay? This. So this translates as powerful is a king, or a king is powerful. There is no such thing as a or a, or there's no such thing as is in Hebrew. Okay? There is one more way of translating this line right here that you see, but we will look at this after we finish everything, okay? As to not to confuse. So I need this to be as clear as possible. So, a king, he, it is powerful. Melech adirhu. A king, powerful is he. Melech adirhu. Or you can say Melech hu adir, which this one here is less confusing than this one. And I'll tell you why after we finish everything. So this one is a king, he is powerful, or it is powerful, okay? Melech hu adir, straightforward, okay? Melech hu adir, Melech, so you have the noun here, adir, you have the adjective here, and hu, you have the pronoun here, okay? This one is a bit more confusing. This one is it's more clear, okay? So you have Melech, king, it or he is what? Powerful. This one we'll see right after. So the powerful king, just like how we have here good Avraham Hatov, Avraham Hatov, okay? So we have here the powerful king, Hamelech Ha'adir, Hamelech Ha'adir, okay? The king, the powerful one, the powerful king. Okay? Now the reason why we do not have the He Hayadi'ah here, the definite article here, it's because this is a proper noun. This is somebody's name. You do not put Ha'avraham Hatov ever. Same thing, you cannot put Hasara Hatova. Okay? The powerful king. Hamelech Ha'adir. How do we say the king is powerful? There are two ways in Hebrew. Adir Hamelech. Hamelech Adir. Adir Hamelech. Hamelech Adir. Now notice how the adjective is before the noun, okay? And then you have the noun, or the definite noun, and then you have the adjective, okay? Those are two ways of saying it. Our brains will tend to go here first, the second one here, since it's a lot like how it is in English. Hamelech Adir. The king is powerful. Instead of powerful is the king. Adir Hamelech. Okay? So if you want, just try looking up what is an attributive adjective versus a predicative adjective. Okay? You don't really need to know the name so much unless you're also teaching. But it is good to have it at the back of your mind. I know it is a lot of terminology in grammar, a lot overlapping each other, okay? But it's still good to know. Then we have here the king, he, it is powerful. Now in Hebrew, there are two ways of saying that. Hamelech adirhu. Hamelech adirhu. Or Hamelech hu adir. Now, we would tend to favor the second one because it's a lot like English where you say the king, he is powerful, rather than the king, powerful is he. Now, this first one is used mostly. This second one here is used and it's usually longer, okay? They're both interchangeable. Again, you can use both. They're both interchangeable. You can use them in those varying ways, okay? So the first one is used majority of the times. Now I did say that I had to come back to this. Now, this one right here. Okay? So, a powerful king is he. A king, he, it is powerful. You can translate this as that as well. Melech adirhu can be a powerful king is he. Notice here, Melech adir, and then you have the pronoun after. Melech adir, powerful, a powerful king, and then who is he. Here, it's less ambiguous. You already have Melech hu adir, a king, he is he, the pronoun already clarifies exactly what's being said or what's being stated. Melech hu, he is powerful. Here it can be translated two ways. Melech adirhu, a powerful king is he, or a king, he or it is powerful. Again, context when it comes to reading or conversing, context. You'll know instinctively, okay? Or based upon the context, based upon what you were talking, you'll know. Now, this one here, there's another way. Hu melech adir. He is a what? A powerful king. Hu melech adir. Hu melech adir. Okay? He, now you have the pronoun first. He is a powerful king. That's the only way you can translate this. You can, same thing if a powerful king is he. Same thing. But you will still put the pronoun who last for English purposes, okay? Hebrew, it's not that strict. It's not that strict. It has its laws, its rules governing the language, but when it comes to structure, there are ways in which people speak mostly. It doesn't mean that is the correct way. It doesn't mean that is the wrong way. It can mean that you want to convey something within that type of way. So if I want to tell someone that the king, he is the one who is powerful, I might state powerful first instead of last, if that is more important. Okay? So that is how the structure is in Hebrew. Now, I might have to do a video when it comes to the syntax of Hebrew, the structure, how it's made. But I'll see. So I want you guys to try doing, instead of Avraham, you have Sarah. Instead of Melech, you have Malka. You know, Malka is queen. Instead of Adir, which is the male form of the adjective, powerful, mighty, majestic, you have Adira. Adira. Adira in Hebrew would be same definition, but for women. Instead of Tav, you have Tova. Okay? So Tav, Tova. Tova is for the queen, Malka. Okay? I'll give you an example. For Sarah, you have Tova, Sarah. Sarah, Tova. Instead of Melech, Adir, we have Malka, Adira. Malka, Adira. Okay? So try doing that on your own. So again, Sarah, Malka for Shemoth Esem, and for Shemoth Toar, you have Adira and Tova. Now, who is he, right? And he is she in Hebrew. So he, I'll write that right now. So this right here, he, this is he. Now you will see that there are times in the former portion of the Tanakh that it's written this way and it has a dot, the khiraq, okay, right under the he, to indicate that it's actually he and not who. Okay, so they're written this way. She is written both ways, but this is the way that it is most written. So I want you to write it this way. This is rare. This is not. Rare form, not. Okay? So he. So I want you to place the he here. So if I want to say Malka hi adira. Malka hi adira. Okay? Instead of Melech hu adir. Malka hi adira. So I typed it here. Malka hi adira. Adira. Notice I'm saying adira and not adira. So Malka hi adira. So let all of this be a template of how you should write or speak going forward. I will have the Nikudot on soon. Okay, so here it is. So in the middle of the week, I will then go ahead and do the female counterpart. So I will do Sarah or Rifqa, whichever one I choose, okay? But I will do that to help you see the feminine version of these sentences.